Hello everyone, it is great to see you here once again on Dee's Delights. Tonight I am going to make an apple crisp. The reason I'm making an apple crisp, you have seen my apple pie recipes, is I don't have to make the dough, which saves lots of time. And I don't have to peel as many apples, even though I did peel quite a few. I peeled 10 big apples. The recipe calls for 10 cups of all-purpose apples, which I used McIntosh. McIntosh soften up real nice when you're baking it in the oven. That way you do not have a firm apple. But and I love the flavor. They're rich in flavor. But by mistake, when I read the recipe, even though I've made this numerous times, my brain saw 10 apples instead of 10 cups. So thankfully, my 10 apples worked out that they were big enough that when I peeled them and cut them, they made exactly 10 cups. How great is that? So I don't peel them in slices. I peel them in little bite size because with the McIntosh I can do that. So first you're going to need 10 cups of all-purpose apples, peeled, cored, and sliced. Let me turn my phone off. Hold on. There must be some texting going on. I hear the little beeper going off. I can't stand it. I'm going to throw it into another room. Oh, never mind. Hold on. Hello? Okay, I'm back again. I've had like 3 different phone calls. Everybody knows I'm busy. Doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're sitting around doing absolutely nothing, nobody will call you. Nobody will try to talk to you. The moment you start doing something, you get text, you get phone calls, but that's okay. That's okay. That means that people still want to talk to me, and that's always a good thing. So I got my 10 apples, which would have been equivalent to 10 cups, but that's what you're going to need. So if you have small apples, you're going to need more than 10 apples. So make sure it is 10 cups of apples. Peeled, cored, and sliced. 1 cup of white sugar. 1 tablespoon all-purpose flour. 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon, and 1/2 cup water. And we're going to start right there. I'm not going to go into the rest of the ingredients yet. So here we go. It says preheat the oven to 350, and I already have that preheated because I have a ham in the oven. So that should be done soon, and then I'll just pop these in. It says place the sliced apples in a 9 by 13 inch pan, and I have one of these I have one of these Pampered Chef. I have one of these Pampered Chef. They're stoneware. So I am going to put that in there. Today I'm using the Blue Bolt. Spread that around. Almost looks like little potatoes in there. Some of these I might want to make just a little bit smaller. That one there, I guess it'll cook. It'll cook down. I don't want them thick or anything because you want it to be soft. But the McIntosh do cook down pretty good. So next it says, mix the white sugar, 1 tablespoon of flour, and the ground sugar. So we'll mix the white tablespoon, 1 tablespoon of flour. Did I say ground sugar? 1 tablespoon flour and the ground cinnamon. Sorry about that. I knew I said something that didn't sound quite right, but it took a while for my brain to catch up and for it all to register. So right now we are, mixing the cinnamon, flour, and sugar together. And then we're just going to pour that over. And I'm going to sprinkle it instead of pouring it out. That way I get it evenly. I have more control over it. So once again, make sure you wash your hands before doing this. Oops. Oh my goodness, I just dropped some. Don't want to lose any sugar. Now we are going to pour the 1/2 cup of water, and it says to pour evenly over everything. 1/2 cup isn't that much, so I'm going to do it nice and slow. Just a kind of a trickle that comes out. Just go up in rows so I don't miss anything. Kind of go across. That's about it. So now I'm going to use the same bowl. We're going to combine the oats, which is 1 cup of quick oats. These are quick minute oats. You don't want the regular oats. You want the cup of quick oats. 1 cup of quick oats. 1 cup all-purpose flour. 1 cup of packed brown sugar. Let's do it this way. Does anyone know, and I'll have to put it up on the screen, what a cup of packed brown sugar, I can't talk, what a cup of packed brown sugar would be equivalent to if it was unpacked? Question of the day. Packed versus unpacked. Because I can get quite a bit in here if I pack it down. Good enough. Got 1 cup here. I'm going to mix that around a little bit before I put the baking powder and baking soda in there. Just mix that around with my hands, my fingers. You can break up that brown sugar a little bit. So we will need baking soda. Oh, I need to get my butter melted. 1/2 cup of melted butter. That won't take but a couple of minutes. Okay. This actually here is going to be your topping. This makes up for the not having the pie dough, because this stuff is fantastic. Okay, 1/4 teaspoon baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon baking soda. 1/4 teaspoon. 1/2. 1/2. Okay. 1/4 teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon. 1/4 teaspoon baking powder. And 1/4 teaspoon baking soda. Gonna stir that around. So we are combining the oats, which was 1 cup of quick oats, 1 cup of flour, 1 cup packed brown sugar, 1/4 teaspoon baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon baking soda, and 1/2 cup butter melted, which I am using margarine. And a 1/2 cup is 8 tablespoons, which is equivalent to 1 stick of butter. And that's melting. That should be done here in just a moment. The amazing thing is this doesn't take long at all. The most time consuming is peeling the apples. And if you get 10 large apples, doesn't take much time at all. Maybe took 10 minutes, if that. Oh, I know what. I had a plastic bag here. Thought, what the heck is that plastic bag laying here for? Here, once I open up a thing of baking soda, you can never seal that right. So to keep it a little fresher, I try to keep it in a plastic bag and store it in a dry area. And then I don't think I did on this one, I usually try to mark a date on it so I know when I opened it. But I must have forgot. Okay, you can see that the sugary stuff has kind of melted down through. While I'm waiting for my butter, I'm gonna break up some of these brown sugar. There's like little balls of brown sugar. Probably because we pack it so tight. I hear the butter bubbling. I can smell my ham baking for my ham pot pie. It smells pretty darn tasty. Now, I'm not one to just sit around and eat ham, but in ham pot pie, that's delicious. And if ham is like in a recipe of sorts, I love it. It's also, I like fried ham though with eggs. Yeah, that's good too. So I guess essentially I do like ham. Okay, here's the butter. I'm gonna mix that. And then it says to crumble evenly over the apple mixture. And what I'm going to do that is get my hands in there. You're going to have to get your hands dirty, folks. That's all there is to it. But I'm going to mix it around till all the sugar, flour, all that stuff is mixed up in here. And it starts to turn into like something that you would crumble. And this is absolutely delicious. I could actually double this, bake it, and just eat that with a little bit of apple. Okay, I think I got it mixed up good. Still warm. I'm going to break it up just a little bit so there's not real big clumps. That way we can get it more evenly spread. We don't want to clump the size of a cookie on it. Even though that would be good. Okay, now I got it mixed around here good. I'm going to evenly put this on here. Yep, you did see stuff flying up over the pan. The apple crisp is just about ready to come out of the oven. And I don't even need to test this because I already know how delicious this apple crisp is. It's very easy to make. I think you'll love it. I think the whole family will enjoy it. Of course, they gotta like apples and you gotta like apple pie, but I still may taste it though because I love it. Let's get this out. You can see it bubbling. I'm just going to let it sit. It's a little too hot to try right now. I'm going to make sure the apples are soft. Yep. Let me just see, there goes an apple. Do you think anyone will know I did that? Probably not. That apple was delicious. This is absolutely fantastic. So easy to make. You need about 10 medium apples, or large. I use 10 large. Excellent. Zach and Paula will love this when they come tomorrow, along with the ham pot pie. So I'm going to take this out in another room to cool. Maybe I'll get them to give a rave review tomorrow. So thanks for joining me here once again on Dee's Delights, and I'm going to get right back to making the ham pot pie.
Zach, you did have how many helpings of the apple crisp?
Probably about 3 servings.
Three servings already, and the last one was a pretty big serving, correct?
Correct, yep.
Correct. And on a scale of 1 to 10, that's how we like to rate the food that I make here on Dee's Delights. What would you say you would rate the apple crisp?
I would say a 10 out of 10. You know, it had a great crisp, definitely texture on the top, but definitely nice and smooth and really creamy in the middle. So it had a lot of good features, a lot of good textures.
Excellent.
Definitely 10 out of 10, yeah.
Thank you. Another satisfied person here from Dee's Delights. Thank you, Zachary. Have a wonderful evening.
Thanks, Mom.